Okay, so let's explore user management. This is probably the most common thing that you're going to be doing if you hire people, if you go separate ways with employees. This is kind of what you're doing to set them up or kind of break them down. So we're back in our admin center. Again, you're clicking on the waffle once you're signed in and going to, or the grid, going to the admin center. And you can start out with the users. So your user should be added first, but you can add employees from here. And at this point, you want to put in their name, first and last name, and their display name. That's what's going to show on the email when it comes in. The username is the first part of the email. You choose the domain name, as well as the location. So you want to set that up correctly when it sets up. You can choose to get more in depth. It'll have that information pre-filled, but the contact information isn't necessary for the setup. Password is auto-generated, and so it is a password that they get once and they use once, and then they'll choose their own afterwards. So this is usually how it sets up by default. If you have somebody who's very needs the minimal, you want to make it kind of idiot proof, you want to just go ahead and click on let me create the password and create the own password and then give it to them. So it's like through a text message or just through a sticky note, you can generate that yourself, and that'll be a permanent password. So you can choose the administrator level. Now the first email setup is the admin by default, but you can allow others. So if you're just the tech in the company and you want the CEO or CTO or somebody else to have access, you can be global administrator or customized administrator. So there's all kinds of level of control here to control access. Product licenses. And so we created an E5 here, but you can change the license here as well. So that's all capable here, and you can choose if they can download or not from here. But go ahead and click add when you're done, and then you'll add a new user. You can also remove users from here as well. And so if you have somebody that's no longer employee, let's see, this is a test user, and there's nothing in the box, or you no longer need the data, you can delete it from here. So that is removable. Now, if you need to save the data, you may just want to rename it, or you may want to back it up. So there's a couple different options going forward here. But you can go ahead and delete and hit save, and that's how you can remove them. Now, you can also change the name of a user. So say if you have somebody coming in and they just want, if they're just taking over a job role, so Janet is replacing Mary, you can just rename by editing a user. And so you can select this user and choose how their username displays. So you can actually hit edit, and again, you fire Janet, or Janet left, and then Jane is working for you now. You can just rename it, and she'll see all the email boxes or email content in there, and it'll just be a new name. You can also reset a password from here. So if somebody's remote and they can't get into their computer, or maybe they only have access to a phone and they don't know their password anymore, or they got a whole new phone, or a whole new computer, you can reset it and give it to them from here. So I'm just selecting the user and hitting change password. And so that's kind of like the top level common controls. We'll get into a little bit more depth later on. All right, take care.